Video Phantom! Scary stories!
Before we begin, please make sure you visit our Video Phantoms website every day and check out all of the new content and cool stuff we have for you over there. Also, make sure you subscribe to the channel so you won't miss whenever we upload next. With that being said, let's grab your popcorn and enjoy the video.
You're watching Scary Chucky Cheese, A Nightmare Unleashed. Buckle up because the story begins right now. The neon lights of Chucky Cheese's flickered through the rain-soaked window of the long-abandoned building. What was once a beacon of childhood joy had turned into a forgotten relic, and rumors swirled about the terrifying events that supposedly took place here. The animatronics, once the stars of birthday parties, were now the subjects of eerie legends. Sarah and her friends, intrigued by tales from Reddit and unsettling fan art, decided to investigate the abandoned Chuck E. Cheese for themselves. The idea of exploring a place shrouded in mystery and horror appealed to their adventurous spirits. Armed with flashlights, cameras, and a sense of trepidation, they stepped into the ghostly silence of the restaurant. The interior was a macabre echo of its former self. Confetti-covered floors and deflated balloons were scattered around, remnants of past celebrations. The animatronics, Chuck E. Cheese, Mr. Munch, and the others, stood frozen on the stage, their once animated faces now marred by decay. The sight was reminiscent of scenes from Five Nights at Freddy's, where abandoned animatronics hide dark secrets. Sarah shivered as she scanned the room with her flashlight. The animatronics, though still, seemed to watch them with lifeless eyes. She thought of the Child's Play movies and the sinister nature of the doll Chucky, wondering if these mechanical creatures were similarly cursed. The atmosphere was thick with an unsettling energy, as if the joy once associated with Chuck E. Cheese had been replaced by something far more sinister. The group moved through the restaurant, their footsteps echoing off the walls. The game area, once alive with the sounds of arcade games and children's laughter, was now a tomb of forgotten entertainment. Shadows loomed large, and the occasional clunk of malfunctioning machines sent jolts of fear through them. It was a real-life haunted location, the likes of which were only seen in urban legends. Sarah found an old arcade game tucked away in a corner, its screen cracked but still glowing faintly. As if on cue, a chilling laugh resonated through the room, making their blood run cold. The game, powered on by an unseen force, displayed grotesque, distorted versions of the Chuck E. Cheese characters. The laughter seemed to be a twisted echo of the childhood fun that had once filled this place, now warped into something far more disturbing. The temperature in the restaurant dropped abruptly, and an icy breath seemed to emanate from the animatronics. The lights above flickered, casting eerie, elongated shadows across the walls. Chuck E. Cheese, the main attraction, appeared to twitch and shift in the dim light. It was as if the animatronic had become a malevolent entity, reminiscent of the cursed toys in the Chucky TV series. The familiar joy was now overshadowed by palpable dread. As the group tried to gather their nerves and leave, the exit doors slammed shut with a deafening bang. Panic set in. The animatronics began to whir and click, their eyes glowing with an otherworldly light. It felt like a scene from a creepy YouTube video, where the mundane turns horrifying. The cursed animatronics seemed almost sentient, their movements too precise and deliberate to be mere mechanical malfunctions. Sarah and her friends scrambled to find an alternative exit. Their search led them to an old maintenance room, filled with dust-covered tools and disarrayed spare parts. What they discovered was both shocking and horrifying, parts of animatronics pieced together in grotesque configurations. It was as if someone had been trying to revive these mechanical beings, bringing their twisted nightmare to life. The realization that they were trapped in a place with cursed animatronics and dark secrets heightened their desperation. They struggled against the locked doors and windows, their fear mounting with every passing second. The animatronics' eerie eyes followed their every move, making their escape attempts even more frantic. In a final act of desperation, Sarah managed to pry open a window with the help of her friends. They clambered out into the night, their hearts racing with a mix of relief and terror. As they looked back at the abandoned Chuck E. Cheese, it seemed to pulse with a dark, malevolent energy, as if the place itself was alive and waiting for the next group of unsuspecting visitors. Their escape was a relief, but the haunting memories of that night lingered. They had ventured into the realm of urban legends and discovered that the horror stories about Chuck E. Cheese were more than just tales. They were grounded in something truly terrifying. The once happy arcade had become a nightmarish reminder of how the innocent can be twisted into something profoundly disturbing. As they recounted their experience, the group couldn't help but feel a sense of dread. The abandoned Chucky Cheese had lived up to every chilling story they had heard. It was not just a place of nostalgic memories but a monument to fear, forever etched in their minds as a place where childhood joy had been replaced by a dark and sinister presence. Sarah and her friends managed to escape the abandoned Chuck E. Cheese, but the horrors of their experience clung to them like a shadow. They returned to their homes, but the sense of dread lingered, gnawing at their thoughts. Every creak in the house, every flicker of a light, seemed to whisper dark secrets from that cursed place. The following days were marked by unsettling dreams. Sarah would wake up in cold sweats, haunted by the sight of Chuck E. Cheese's lifeless eyes following her every move. Her friends reported similar nightmares, distorted versions of the animatronics attacking them in endless, twisted scenarios. Determined to uncover the truth behind the haunting, Sarah decided to dig deeper into the history of the Chuck E. Cheese location. She scoured old news articles, online forums, and local archives, trying to piece together the puzzle of why this particular restaurant had become a nexus of terror. Through her research, Sarah discovered a chilling backstory. Years before the restaurant had closed, there had been a series of unexplained incidents. Staff members had reported strange occurrences, animatronics moving on their own, disembodied laughter echoing through the halls, and even sightings of shadowy figures. Most disturbingly, there were rumors of a child who had disappeared from the restaurant, never to be found. The case had been hushed up, but whispers of a curse lingered in the community. The most disturbing discovery came from an old forum post she found on a site dedicated to urban legends and haunted places. A former employee who went by the username Midnight Munch had shared a detailed account of their experiences at the Chuck E. Cheese. According to Midnight Munch, the restaurant had been built on land with a dark history, an old carnival ground where sinister events had taken place long before the Chuck E. Cheese opened its doors. The post included a series of eerie photographs taken from within the restaurant, showing the animatronics in unnerving poses and faces twisted into grotesque expressions. Midnight Munch claimed that the spirits of children and carnival performers had become trapped within the animatronics, their souls tormented and seeking vengeance. Sarah's curiosity drove her to return to the abandoned Chuck E. Cheese, this time alone. Armed with a voice recorder, a more powerful flashlight, and a notebook, she intended to document her findings and get to the bottom of the haunting. As she approached the dilapidated building, the air seemed to thicken, and the temperature dropped noticeably. Inside, the familiar sense of dread returned. The animatronics were still frozen in place, their eyes empty and unseeing. The arcade area was eerily quiet, save for the occasional drip of water from the leaky ceiling. Sarah moved cautiously through the restaurant, her flashlight casting long shadows that seemed to dance along the walls. She made her way to the maintenance room, where the grotesque assembly of animatronic parts had been discovered. The room felt colder than the rest of the building, and the air was thick with an oppressive silence. As Sarah examined the disjointed parts, she noticed something strange. One of the animatronic heads seemed to have a faint glow emanating from its eyes. Determined to capture evidence, Sarah set up her camera and voice recorder. She began to ask questions, her voice trembling slightly. "Who is here with me? What happened to the child who went missing?" The room remained silent, but the temperature continued to drop. Suddenly, the flashlight flickered and went out, plunging the room into darkness. Sarah fumbled for her backup light, her hands shaking. When the flashlight finally flickered back on, she was met with a horrifying sight. The animatronics had moved. Chuck E. Cheese, once on the stage, now stood in the doorway of the maintenance room, its eyes glowing with a malevolent light. A cold, disembodied voice filled the room whispering, "Play with us." The sound was both mechanical and mournful, like the echoes of a long-forgotten carnival. Sarah's heart raced as she backed away, but the animatronics seemed to follow her, their movements slow and deliberate. She turned to leave, but the exit doors were shut tight. The animatronics closed in on her, their eyes glowing brighter. Sarah's flashlight cast erratic beams of light, revealing twisted, ghostly faces behind the mechanical exteriors. The room felt alive with a dark energy, as if the spirits trapped within the animatronics were finally being released. Desperate, Sarah grabbed her voice recorder and shouted, "I want to help you. What do you want?" The response was a cacophony of distorted voices, pleading for freedom and revenge. The room seemed to warp and twist around her, the walls closing in and the shadows becoming more oppressive. In a moment of clarity, Sarah remembered the old forum post and Midnight Munch's warning about a hidden room beneath the restaurant. If there was any chance to put the spirits to rest, it would be to find this room and uncover whatever dark secret it held. With renewed determination, Sarah searched the maintenance room for any signs of a hidden entrance. She found a loose panel in the floor and pried it open, revealing a narrow staircase descending into darkness. Without hesitation, she descended into the depths of the building. The underground area was a stark contrast to the rest of the restaurant. It was an old storage space, cluttered with dusty crates and broken equipment. At the far end of the room, Sarah found a large, rusted door with a faded symbol painted on it, a carnival mask entwined with sinister-looking tendrils. With a deep breath, she pushed the door open. Inside, she found what appeared to be an old carnival attraction, an eerie, decaying funhouse. Mirrors lined the walls, but their reflections were distorted and twisted. In the center of the room stood a large, ornate box, covered in strange symbols and carvings. As Sarah approached the box, she felt a sudden rush of cold air. The animatronics had followed her, their glowing eyes now more intense. The disembodied voices grew louder, their cries for help echoing through the room. With trembling hands, Sarah opened the box. Inside, she found old carnival tickets, faded photographs of children, and a journal covered in dust. The journal was filled with entries about the carnival's dark practices, including rituals performed to trap spirits in the animatronics. It seemed that the carnival had been built on a cursed site, and the animatronics had become vessels for the restless souls. Understanding the gravity of her discovery, Sarah knew she had to act quickly. She grabbed the journal and began reading aloud, reciting the incantations written within. The room grew colder, and the animatronics seemed to pause, their eyes dimming slightly. As Sarah finished the last incantation, a sudden silence fell over the room. The oppressive darkness lifted, and the animatronics stopped moving. The temperature returned to normal, and the ghostly voices faded away. It seemed that the spirits had been released, their souls finally freed from their mechanical prisons. Exhausted but relieved, Sarah made her way back to the surface. The abandoned Chucky cheese was still eerie, but the sense of malevolence had dissipated. The building seemed to be at peace, its dark history now uncovered and addressed. Sarah and her friends never returned to the haunted Chucky cheese, but they knew they had faced something truly terrifying. Their experience became a chilling story, a reminder of how dark secrets can linger in forgotten places. The once joyful arcade had revealed its true nature, a place where innocence had been corrupted by darkness, and where the restless souls of the past had found a new home. As they shared their story, the legend of the haunted Chucky cheese grew, becoming a chilling tale of horror that would continue to haunt those who heard it.
Hey, what's up, guys? This your boy Corn318. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like this video and subscribe to my channel. It really helps me to grow. And guys, if you really enjoyed the video, please give it a share on social media, Facebook, Twitter, wherever you guys be hanging out at the most. It really helps, and I appreciate it, guys. Also, my goal is to reach at least 1 million loyal subscribers over the next 5 years. Guys, I'm going to give it everything I got and go hard as I can. And hopefully it pays off for me, guys. And y'all going to be a big part of that. And as I grow, you guys will be rewarded for a lot of stuff for helping me participating. And as just a token of my appreciation, guys, the least I can do. Also, guys, make sure you go down in the video description and click the links. Visit all my websites. I put hella work into these websites, man. Getting them built up, jam-packed with content just for you guys. You know, we got videos. We got the hottest trending offers online. I'm talking about everything, guys. Everything from education, teaching you how to make $1,000 a day online. Like, man, guys, everything that you can think of is on there. So, guys, make sure you go over there, check it out. Click links, watch videos, do your thing, man. I really want you guys to enjoy. I worked hard on it, and I want you guys to really enjoy it, man. So, yeah. Also, guys, while you're down there in the description, make sure you go and check out my other channels. I got links to all of them down below. I worked hard on these channels, guys. I worked hard on my websites. I worked hard on everything for you guys. Make sure you join my Facebook groups. I got Facebook groups set up for every channel that I got, guys. I'm trying to go global, man. You feel me? It's the family, man. This Rich Founders, man. I want y'all to be part of Rich Founders. Y'all part of the family, man. This a mafia, you feel me? Going worldwide with this shit. But anyway, man, I love you guys. Y'all be blessed, stay safe, and I'll see you in the next one.